So today we're going to be doing some unboxing of stuff I've ordered on eBay. One of my first videos was a video about, well, it was a complaint about poor quality packaging when receiving items through the post. So I'm going to talk about that as well in this video, but I'm mainly just going to be opening stuff. So in a way it's not the most exciting video, but I think you'll find there's a big variation in the packaging that we're going to open in the next few minutes. And I will be commenting on that. So that's probably the main gist of this video. First one, set of box. That's good. Feels like there's some padding inside. I removed all the labels. Taped up. It's not going to be waterproof. In the UK here it rains quite a lot. So if there's some waterproofing inside, that would be excellent. If there isn't, then, you know, since COVID, packages aren't being signed for anymore, they're just being left. So if you're at work or out, you know, there's a good chance they could be stood in rain for a few hours. Just try to find the entrance. Looks like it's a end-on opening. Okay, so there's crumpled up paper as the spacer by the looks of it, and then what appears to be a padded envelope. Nope, it's not a padded envelope, it's a bag. So, you know, that would keep off some of the worst weather, but any extended time out in the rain, water's going to get through to whatever's inside. And most of the stuff that gets featured on this channel is not waterproof. It doesn't like getting wet. So there's some bubble wrap. Okay, bubble wrap, and then there's a cardboard layer on the inside. So that's quite nice. And here we have, hang on a minute, that's interesting. Here we have a MacBook. So this is one of the slightly less common black ones. Just opening it up smells horrendously of cigarettes, but that's fine. So these are quite interesting for lots of different reasons. This one's particularly interesting, which I hadn't noticed before. It's got a Windows license sticker on the bottom, Windows XP Professional. So that's interesting. That's obviously had an interesting life, and we'll be doing a review of that at some point in the not too distant future. All right, so it survived its transport. It was reasonably well packaged from a protection point of view. It was inside a box, which is probably the most important thing. That stops things getting squashed in transit. Let's just go to something slightly different. So this is a padded envelope. Okay, so that forms no protection from being squashed. It is at least waterproof, and it's been taped up decently well, so so this should have survived being out in the rain. But has what's inside survived the delivery service? So here in the UK, got a few couriers that are popular, probably the same ones as most of the rest of the world. We also have the Royal Mail, which, you know, is a national equivalent of any national delivery service. And as we can see straight away, this hasn't survived very well through the post. So that's what I would consider poor packaging. Okay, it's very squashed at this end. The top's been squished in. They have at least tried to keep some form with this internal packaging, but as you see, it hasn't been very successful at all. So I would call that bad packaging. I think anything that's boxed like this should come in its own separate box to protect it from being squashed. Hopefully you'd agree with me. Potentially that might be, it's not ripped, well, it's a little bit of a tear there. It's not ripped, so we might be able to repair that with some steam and an iron. So you know, it's not the end of the world, but that could have been avoided if it had just been packaged properly. So that's a little bit of a shame. but there you go. I bought this for a particular project. We're making a video later on that will include this, so that should be exciting. So here's another one which is boxed, but as you can see, it's not exactly a robust box. It's already collapsed on this end. So let's open it up and have a look, see what's inside. It's mostly covered in packing tape, so it would probably survive a decent amount of rain, although obviously this exposed cardboard eventually would soak through. Again, I think we're going to have to open this at the end. It's not very clear where we should be opening it. And if you're opening things with knives, just be careful about how far in the blade goes. Make sure you know what's underneath before you do a cut. So I think just cutting the end off this is probably the way to go. I'm right-handed, so sorry it's not working on the second camera. Okay, so it's obviously stuck to this other end because of the packing tape, so let's loosen it off a little bit. It should now slide out. So bubble wrapped inside, reasonable amount of bubble wrap. So it's not too bad. So that isn't the opening, but it will do. So this amount of bubble wrap would probably keep the rain out for a good few hours, particularly if it's been double wrapped. So, so that's good. And although the box has collapsed, I think in this particular case, the amount of bubble wrap, sorry about the bubble wrap noise, I think the amount of bubble wrap would have kept it fairly safe. And you can probably start to see what's already in here. I know that noise is a bit like nails on a chalkboard for some people, but sorry about that. So this is another MacBook. It's the same as the black one we just opened, a 1181. And I bought this is a non-working one, but I've already got one of these that doesn't work, in the sense the keyboard doesn't work. This one hopefully has got a functioning keyboard and it's not too chipped along the edge. So we'll be doing a video where we swap this keyboard onto the working one. So that's nice. It's not in too bad condition, actually. I mean, we might be able to get it working, but anyway, that's another video. Another little package, very lightweight. Again, this one looks like it would be waterproof, so that's good. But again, if it's what I think it is, it probably would have benefited from being in a box. So no bubble wrap yet. It has got paper. And here we have some more box software. This actually survives slightly better, despite not being double boxed, as in this box was not inside another box. Doesn't look like it's been opened. Oh, it has been opened on this end. So sometimes these boxes have a separate, yeah, this has got a separate cardboard inner. And I think that's what's protected it from being crushed. Unlike that Windows 2000 server box. So, you know, there's no extra cardboard in here. It's just this collapsed. Had it been in a box, it would have survived better. This one we got lucky with. I think personally it could have been wrapped better. Put your comments down below, see if you agree with me. Am I just being grumpy about this? I don't know. All right. This feels like another bit of box software that perhaps would have benefited being in a box. So this is a Jiffy bag style postage envelope. Now it is made of paper on the outside, but the inside is plastic lined. So this actually would be waterproof, assuming it was sealed properly. It's got lots of fragile tape on it, which is nice. I'm sure the courier paid very specific attention to that. I know sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, but what can you do? There we go, so we found the entrance. So yeah, so you see it's got bubble wrap and a plastic continuous liner, so it shouldn't have got wet. And here we have an unopened retail Mac OS 8. Again, this is going to be featuring in a video. It has become a little bit crushed though, look. Look at that, it's retail, unopened, and still it's become damaged in transit. What a waste. So, thank you for sending this in a waterproof parcel, but if you'd put it in a box, it would have survived better. It wouldn't have this massive crease. It's not a massive crease, it wouldn't have this crease in the side. It's just really disappointing, isn't it, when you get something that's like almost pristine and then it gets damaged in the post. But anyway, moving on. This one is in a box of sorts. It looks like it's a box that's been cut down to size, which is perfectly acceptable. Very happy to have packaging that's reused. Interesting tape. Not sure what this is called. It looks a bit like double-sided tape with only one side taken off, but I don't think it is that. So they've essentially made a box for the contents. There's no bubble wrap, there's no other protection, and it's not the thickest cardboard, so I think I'd have been happier if there was some extra protection in there, but I think what is in here has survived. So this is a power supply and external floppy drive for a Zenith laptop. It's got a proprietary connector on it. I've got a couple of Zenith laptops. I'm not sure if this actually fits the one I've got. But the one I have got, the internal floppy, I don't think is working. So it was worth buying this just to be on the safe side. Very grubby. But again, we'll be making a video about that at some point in the future. If you have a strong feeling about which order to make the videos in, feel free to leave a comment. I will pay some attention. So I should be giving marks for packaging, shouldn't I? Let's call it a 6. It wasn't waterproof, it wasn't padded, but the stuff got here in one piece. So call that a success, maybe. So sort of last parcel for today. This one is in a box. Wouldn't be waterproof if it was left outside for any period of time. But certainly seems reasonably well packaged from the outside. Let's have a look. What's on the inside? Ooh. So, polystyrene, nightmare environmentally. The fact it's been reused is good, otherwise it'd be going in landfill, and this stuff will be here long after the human species. But it's a really good packaging material, so I'm happy to see that. Crate paper, not the best protective shock impact resistance, I don't think. but nice touch. And then there is a box inside the box, so yeah, that's my preferred packaging way. I can't actually remember what's in here. Looks interesting, doesn't it? So this is Atlas Express. No idea who that is. That's quite an old courier. The box is grubby. I remember what's in here. So this is, let's just finish opening it. I'm probably saying I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't. This is an original version of Microsoft Project. So I'm quite a big fan of Office software. I like playing games too, but there's something about Office software, productivity software, that just interests me. Sorry if that's a bit weird. So that's really interesting. I'm not sure if this is version. Oh, it is version 1. Look at that, the very first version of Microsoft Office of Project. So that's very, very interesting. Might have a little video on that if people are interested enough. I realise that's not to everyone's taste, but I do like a bit of productivity software. So that's kind of the last thing I'm opening today. And it's a shame it doesn't have the kind of retail packaging, but maybe it never came in retail packaging. I probably shouldn't have done those. So that's interesting. I've just got one more thing to show you. So I don't even know if this is going to fit in the camera because it's rather large. Just about fits on this one. Have a look at this for packaging, eh? So it's a nice box, taped on the seams, and it's got this nice little carry handle for the postman to pick it up with. That's quite nice, isn't it? This is ordered too. And look at this. Please leave in a safe, dry place if out. How nice. That is somebody who's paid attention to their packaging, and I am very grateful to receive that. So thank you very much. You know who you are, who posted that. I doubt you're watching this video, but thank you. And I'm going to be opening this and its sister package on another video because it's very interesting. At least I think it's very interesting. So there we have it. That's what I think packaging should be. This is not a complaint video as such. Telling people off and punishing people for making a mistake is the wrong way of educating them. This is more about education. If you're doing something wrong, then you need to change your ways and make them better. I've certainly changed the way I send out parcels through eBay or any other kind of delivery service. I've definitely improved my packaging technique over time. So hopefully you found that useful. Hopefully it's made you think about how you package stuff. And if it has, brilliant, then the video was worthwhile. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have got a preference for which video I make next. Whether we look at the MacBooks, whether we install Windows 2000 Server on some age-appropriate hardware. Let me know. But I'll see you in the next video.